Hello, boxing fans. Welcome back to Talk and Fight, another episode of Boxing News Today, where we share the headlines and stories from boxing247.com, our friends across the pond. And let's get started. We'll start off with the result that was changed. I rarely hear this, but here we go. It's been several months since the Joseph Parker versus Junior Fa event. As much as it was an unforgettable night, some controversy was surrounding the event for multiple reasons, mostly surrounding the officials. However, today we can shine some light on one fight that was on the card, Panuve Helu versus Nikolas Charalampous. The decision for this fight was changed from a split decision draw to a split decision win for Panuve Helu a few days after the event took place. This particular fight was one of the most exciting fights we were looking forward to. On paper, unfortunately, the fight itself led to major controversies in multiple ways. First of all, we go with Nick Charalampous. With all respect to him, because both boxers put on a hell of a fight, it was a heat of the moment, and you do what you need to do to get the win in a boxing ring. But Nick landed multiple low blows in the 5th and 6th rounds. Secondly, NZPBA was the sanctioning body of the event. NZPBA president Kevin Pine was in charge of this particular fight, which showed really how old he was. Kevin is simply too old to ref this fight or any other fight for that matter. He kept walking to the other side of the ring. The referee needs to keep a constant triangle to the boxers, and he needs to keep on walking in the blind spot or behind a boxer where he cannot truly see anything. In the 5th round, he finally took a point deduction off Nick, but in the 6th round, Nick landed probably 6 under the belt punches, not necessarily a low blow, but it was under the belt, and Kevin missed them all. Thirdly, we were informed that the person who was supposed to supervise the undercard actually left during the fight to talk to people at a table. There was another supervisor there, but he was only supposed to be doing the main fight of the card. But still, that supervisor wasn't doing their job. When it came to decision time, the supervisor who wasn't supposed to be the fight supervisor kept writing the wrong scores onto the MC announcer's card. The MC had to keep handing the card back to the supervisor because he knew it was clearly wrong. Woo! You can get all the details on Boxing 247 on that decision. Elsewhere, we see that Thomas Dulorme sends letter to NSAC disputing the result of the Ennis bout. Welterweight contender Thomas Dulorme, who's 25-6-1 with 16 knockouts, has officially submitted a letter to the Nevada State Athletic Commission disputing the result of his bout against Jaron Ennis, who's 28-0 with 26 knockouts, in which he claims he was hit with an illegal rabbit punch to the back of the head. The fight, which took place at Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino in Las Vegas on Saturday the 30th, and where Dulorme respectfully requests that the Nevada State Athletic Commission overturn the knockout loss to a no decision due to the referee's outcome determinative error. Prior to the bout, the assigned in-ring referee, Mike Ortiz, instructed the fighters that a punch to the back of the opponent's head would constitute an illegal blow subject to penalty as codified under NAC 467.675, acts constituting fouls in boxing. Says Dulorme, I feel I wasn't given the allocated time to recover by the referee after getting hit from what was clearly an illegal rabbit punch to the back of my head, forced me to fight at a disadvantage. Jaron Ennis is a great fighter. I'm not taking anything away from his talent. I'm just disputing that I should have been given the allocated time to regain my composure. I'm hoping that Nevada State Athletic Commission will honor my appeal based on their rules. So we'll see what happens there. Elsewhere, we see that Dina Thurslund has defeated Zulina Munoz in the WBO title defense back in on the weekend in Denmark. Dina Thurslund proved once again she is the best 118-pound fighter in the world as she retained her WBO bantamweight title with a victory over Zulina Munoz. The two women were competing at the Golding Holland in Denmark, with Thoresland, who's 17-0 with 7 knockouts, putting in an incredible performance to overcome Munoz, who's 53-4-2 with 30 knockouts by 7th-round stoppage. It means that two-weight world champion Thoresland successfully made the first defense for a bantamweight crown, having also held the WBO super bantamweight title from 2018 to 2021. Congratulations to Dina. Jasmine Lajefa Villino defeats Jennifer Leon in Sabaneta, Colombia. And this is going back on the weekend with immense emotion. The Argentinian representative Jasmine Lajefa Villarino won the World Boxing Association Minimum Gold Championship. The victory came after the decision of the rival Jennifer Leon not to come out to fight in the 7th round. This was the featured fight on the Saturday night at Coliseo Zona Norte in Sabaneta, Colombia. The contest began in an entertaining way when the Venezuelan fighter used her experience and strategy to keep the distance and apply the offense when she found the opportunity. Then, both fighters began to hold center stage in the exchange. Despite Leon's challenge, Villarino managed to overcome the Maracay-born with physical strength and a greater volume of assertive punches, such as those in the mid-zone and close to 6th round, and lead Leon to decide that it was as far as she had come. Villarino was 31 years old, born in Bariloche, a city in the province of Rio Negro in southern Argentina. She then traveled with her family to Spain, where she grew up and fell in love with boxing. When she returned to Argentina, she harvested a fruitful amateur career. In addition, she's been a mother since 2018 and teaches in gyms. The gold belt of the pioneer entity is the first big step to position herself at the high professional level in the world. Congratulations to her. Elsewhere on that card, we saw that Clara Lescaret defeats Isabeli Toribia in Sabaneta. With an unblemished record, Clara Lescaret is the new WBA Federatin flyweight champion. At Saturday's event in Sabaneta from Argentina, Lescaret from Argentina defeated Venezuelan Isabeli Toribia by technical knockout in the 3rd round. Initially, Lescaret was scheduled to face Oscar Zaraga, but due to complications, a change of opponent had to be made. Clara preserves in her boxing performance that characteristic amateur punching accompanied by screams that marks the blows in speed to then step back. But she's been able to combine the aggressiveness that led to her win her first belt. Unique combinations of crossed uppercuts and uppercut to the abdominal area, Lescaret overwhelmed Toribia in a whirlwind of punches that led to the referee stopping the action in the 3rd round. Upcoming, we see Cali Reese faces Jessica Kamara from Canada this Friday in an undisputed tournament. The long-awaited moment has arrived for Cali Reese, World Boxing Association 140-pound champion, who will fight against Jessica Kamara to win the 3 belts that will be at stake. The clash will be part of the Road to Undisputed Champ tournament at the SNHU Arena in Manchester, New Hampshire on November 19th. Believer of the energetic movements that each person generates, Reese, the woman who has become the first native champion, lives the previous moments with the happiness and tranquility generated by the work done together with her team. Wow. This unprecedented women's tournament, organized by Matchroom promoter Eddie Hearn, began with the confrontation between Chantelle Cameron and Mary McGee for the WBC and IBF super lightweight belts that remained in Cameron's possession. So this Friday, Reese K.O. McQuinowog will have her turn against Kamara in search of the vacant WBA and WBO belts. If she wins, Reese will have to face Cameron in 2022 to become the 140-pound undisputed champion. Jessica Kamara from Canada comes from a great win against the experienced Heather Hardy. She accumulates a total of 8 wins and 2 losses for her part. Reese, representative of the Pioneer body, will arrive with 5 wins and a string from 2018 as part of her record of 18 positive fights and 5 results before the limit, 7 defeats and 1 draw. Elsewhere, we see that Chantelle Cameron is on a scouting mission this week. As we know, the WBC, IBF, and Ring Magazine World Super Lightweight Champion hits the East Coast to watch Cali Reese and Jessica Kamara. As I said, Friday, November 19th. Cameron, who's 15-0 with 8 knockouts, touched down to Mexico City yesterday to attend the WBC convention and rub shoulders with some of her fellow holders of the famous green and gold belt. And on Wednesday, she'll arrive in New Hampshire to take an up-close personal look at the second installment of the road to the undisputed as Reese, 18-7-1, takes on Kamara, 8-2, for the WB and vacant WBO straps. Cameron booked her spot in the showcase fight for next year with a victory in London over Mary McGee in an all-action battle at the O2 fortnight ago. Just one of the many breathless and exciting women's world title bouts that have thrilled fans in recent weeks in the UK and America. The 30-year-old expects Reese and Kamara to pick up the baton and leave it all in the ring on Friday night, but believes that it'll be the American Reese that she'll go toe-to-toe with for the marbles next year. I think Cali will win on Friday night, said Cameron. Jessica's a great opposition, a great fighter, and tough as they come. But I think Cali has the edge. She'll land cleaner shots. She'll move better, technically superior, and will win on points. But I'm excited because it'll be a good fight. Sure will. We look forward to it. Elsewhere, Jason Quigley battles Demetrius Andrade this Friday on DAZN. Jason Quigley believes he'll have the crowd on his side. He expects his Irish fans to roar him to victory when he challenges Demetrius Andrade for the WBO World Middleweight title at the SNHU Arena in Manchester, New Hampshire on Friday, November 19th. As I said, live on DAZN. Quigley, who's 19-1 with 14 knockouts, is the second Irishman to try to take the crown from Andrade, who's 30-0 with 18 knockouts, after Luke Keeler was stopped in the 9th round of his attempt in Miami in January 2020. And now the 30-year-old tries to work out the Rhode Island puzzle that no pro has been able to solve so far against the two-weight champion. The Donegal man landed in Boston over the weekend before making the short drive up to Manchester for the biggest night of his career. And legions of Irish fight fans are expected to make that trip along with fans from New York and Ireland itself. And that's the kind of backing Quigley believes can get him over the line on the night. But he's staying calm and treating it like every other fight he's had. He says, it's going to be very exciting. There's nothing like the Irish fans, and I cannot really imagine what it's going to be like come fight night. We all know how loud and proud they are, and that's going to be more excitement. And these are the types of things as well that can get fighters through a difficult period of a fight. For more information, more quotes, please go along to boxing247.com because they've got a ton. Elsewhere, Ray J. Bermudez versus DavisCruz headlines Fall Brawl this Saturday night. Presenting its fourth event in fewer than 60 days since its inaugural event this past Saturday, September 24th, Vertex Promotions will end its first year of successfully promoting professional boxing events with Fall Brawl. As I said, taking part this Saturday, November 20th, in the, at the Boston suburb home, Mosley's on the Charles in Dedham, Massachusetts. Certainly one of the Northeast's most promising and popular prospects. They'll be in action at the intimate surroundings at Mosley's. Undefeated 23-year-old lightweight Ray J. the Destroyer Bermudez, who's 14-0 with 11 knockouts, the reigning ABF American West and NBA Continental Champion from Albany, New York, will headline the third Vortex card in the 8-round main event non-title fight against Colombian veteran DavisCruz, who's 32-14 with 24 knockouts. Prescott fought Nicholas Walters for the vacant WBA featherweight world title in 2012. He is the younger brother of BermudezPrescott, who shocked the boxing world in 2008 when he knocked out 204 Olympic silver medalist and future three-time world champion Amir Khan in the opening round. In the co-feature event, undefeated welterweight prospect James the Slim Reaper Perella, who's 8-0 with 6 knockouts, of Mansfield, Massachusetts, faces Floridian Andre Bird, who's 8-11-2 with 1 knockout in Perella's first scheduled 8-round bout. Perella was a standout USA boxing amateur as a 4-time USA New England and a 4-time New England Golden Gloves champ. Over in Hamburg on November 20th, we see that we have another good card lined up here. Zan Kosabutski is going up against Alexis Garcia on November 20th, courtesy of our friends at Universum. They've scheduled the event at their gym in Hamburg's Fish Market. Among the invited celebrities this evening are a variety of people. Please go to Boxing247 for that list of names. There's a whack of names there. All of them I don't know. Universum boss Ismail Ozan-Otto is happy about the upcoming event. For the first time in cooperation with Probellum Holding, we've put together a top fight card. He says, this is our first event with a new partner. With Probellum, we have a strong one. Partners at our side and look confidently into a common boxing future. The whole entire boxing card is on Boxing247's website. That's Boxing247.com. Arnold Gonzalez faces Joey Luez Preto for the WBO regional title, also on November 20th. Even before he made his professional debut, Ecuadorian-American Arnold Gonzalez, who's 26 years old, was a lead sparring partner for one of the greatest fighters of all time, 8-division world champion and Filipino icon Manny Pacquiao. On November 20th, Gonzalez, who's now 8-0 with 4 knockouts, will attempt to win his first pro championship at the Universal Boxing Organization, as UBO, South America welterweight title when he squares off with Colombian Jose Luis Preto, who's 28-10 with 18 knockouts in Ecuador. While still an amateur, Gonzalez traveled to Los Angeles in 2018 and started working out at the famous Wildcard Gym, when Pacquiao, also training there, was preparing to fight Adrian Broner. Gonzalez offered his services for sparring and did so well that he was asked to be a regular on the team. It also helped Pacquiao get ready for his fights with Keith Thurman and Yedinas Yorgas. And the many rounds of sparring, hours of road work, and invaluable advice from a living legend has possibly helped Gonzalez progress as a fighter more than anything else. Yamaguchi Falco to fight IBF Latino title, January 15th in Brazil. The opponents to be determined, but Yamaguchi Falco, a super middleweight standout, will look to continue his winning ways when he fights an opponent to be determined on Saturday, January 15th in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Falco's WBC Latino title will be on the line, as will the vacant IBF Latino Championship in a 10-round matchup. We'll have to stay on top of that story, and we'll keep you informed as new developments occur. 3-0. Mansabori Conde, signed by Jeter Promotions. Jeter Promotions has signed undefeated super middleweight prospect Mansabori Conde to a promotional contract. Conde, 22-year-old, out of Laurel, Maryland, has a professional record of 3-0 with 2 knockouts. Monzo is a terrific prospect. I look forward to helping him develop into a world-class fighter, and eventually we see him in big fights, said Tony Jeter, who, along with his wife, Kristen, make up Jeter Promotions. Conde started boxing at the age of 9 and quickly fell in love with the sport. He had an amateur record of 49-12, which included winning a state Golden Gloves tournament in 2010. I have known and been working with Tony Jeter since I was an amateur. I know he's a great guy. I used to train at a gym that his wife owns, Odenton Fitness. I'm trained by Calvin Ford, and I train alongside Gervonta Davis and Lorenzo Simpson, said Conde. Conde described himself as a boxer-puncher who is very versatile. Undefeated bantamweight, Lee McGregor joins Probellum. Scottish sensation McGregor, 11-0 with 9 knockouts, is widely regarded as one of the best rising stars in all of boxing, with the 24-year-old already firmly established as one of the top 118-pound fighters in the world after just 11 fights. He won the European title in emphatic fashion earlier this year, viciously stopping defending champion Karim Gouffiti in the very first round, before following that up with a 4th-round stoppage against Vincent Legrand in August. McGregor also holds wins over the likes of Kash Farouk and Thomas Asomba during his career, and is currently ranked number 3 with the IBF, number 6 with the WA, number 7 with the WBC, number 12 with the WO, and number 10 with Ring Magazine. His latest big name to sign with Probellum, joined an elite roster that includes Regis Progress, Nonito Donaire, Badu Jack, Donny Nietes, Imientos Staniones, Artur Biarslanov, Taras Shelechtyuk, Ricky Burns, Paul Butler, Louis Ritson, and many others. And for the final story of the day, we'll bring you some hopefully entertaining comments and quotes from Gervonta Davis, who's going up against Isaac Cruz this weekend over at the Staples Center in LA. Unbeaten 5-time world champion of boxing's hottest attraction, Gervonta Tank Davis and hard-hitting Isaac Pitbull Cruz previewed their showdown for Davis's WBA lightweight championship during a virtual press conference held this past Monday before they square off on Sunday, December 5th, which, as we all know, will be shown on Showtime pay-per-view, and that's courtesy of Premier Boxing Champions. Said Gervonta Davis, "I am happy and excited to be in this position. I've been working hard getting ready for this new opponent. I know Cruz is going to come to fight. The fans are going to be the winners in this fight because we're both coming in prepared to be our best. I'm ready to put on a great show. Anything can happen in boxing, so I just try to stay on task. I'm always ready to step up to any challenge thrown my way and get the job done." December 5th is going to be fireworks for sure. It's going to be something you can't miss. Don't go get your popcorn or anything like that during this fight. This is not another tough task. This was what I'm made for. You always have to adopt in boxing no matter what comes your way. I'm going to adapt to Cruz. I'm figuring out every day how Cruz is thinking and what he's going to bring to the fight. I'm excited to be in this position. I'm grateful for it, he concludes. I'm trying to continue to grow as a fighter and just improve every day. Says Cruz, "I'm ready to put on a show on December 5th. This is a wide array of feelings when news got to fight, but most of all, it made me really motivated to be ready for this opportunity. We're not overconfident in any way, but Gervonta has not fought anyone with my style and with my characteristics. We're working really hard to make sure my style will work the best it can on December 5th. The real winner of this fight is going to be the fans. Pitbull and Tank are going to crash into each other, and people will be on the edge of their seats. The key to defeating Gervonta is for me to want it more. I want that belt in my hand. It's going to come down to determination. I'm always thankful for the opportunities I get. It's my job to work hard and take advantage of each opportunity as I get them. I'm going to come forward and present my power. Once he feels my power, the fight is going to turn toward me. It's up to Gervonta to show that he's a superstar in the ring. I don't see him as an impossible task to defeat at all. I always want to fight the best I can, and Gervonta is one of the best. I'm training really hard, so I'm up to that challenge. Woo! Going to be a good one. All right, boxing fans, thank you very much for joining me. Is this live? Yes, it is, Lika. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell to let you know when I'm up next, and many other TalkinFight.com hosts as well. Thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow.